right, Chaz, welcome to, might as well call this like episode 1.
Easily.
Yeah.
Episode 1 in a long time.
In a long time. So, this is the first episode of the new year of 2020. We're really excited about it. And for those just joining, obviously, we don't even have an intro yet. We do need to get an intro.
Okay.
2020
goals.
2020 goals, get an actual
Get an intro.
So, LTC TV, welcome. Obviously, we're going to talk about how to transform your life in 2020 in particular, help you for those that are just getting started on their fitness goal and on their journey, give you some tips today. But we're also going to go on tangents and not just talk about fitness because Chaz and I can't just do that.
Nope.
So before we even get into it, before we go through any of the updates or anything like that, for those that are new, I'm Bob Thompson, founder of Legion Transformation Center, and I'm with
Chaz Malewski. Nice to see you guys all again. I've done everything in Legion and continuing to find new things to do. So
yeah, actually, I guess we should talk about. We'll talk about a little some of the changes that are happening, which is pretty exciting. So we were kind of talking prior to hopping on today, since it has been so long. I'm like, where do we start? Which, as I say that out loud, how many people who are like, all right, I'm ready to work out. I'm setting my resolution. Where do I start? Which holds them back. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into some tips for those that are still struggling to get started in 2020 with, whether it be weight loss or burning fat or even trying to build muscle, getting healthier, whatever that is. For those that are struggling to even get started, for those who have already started and probably or possibly, I should say, stopped. Yeah. And then any other tips that we can really think of. This one's going to be a little different. We're just kind of going off the cuff.
Yeah.
We're a little bit of ramblers, but there's going to be a ton of value and a ton that you can then apply from it, because that's the goal of every single episode that we have, is to give you something that you can actually apply. And what we'll be giving you is what has worked at what do we have, 20 current locations right now open?
Yeah.
There's 20 locations of Legion Transformation Center open. So these are what we actually use in the facilities that have taken us from one facility to 2, all the way to 20. We actually have 2 locations that are opening. One's kind of technically open on the 20th. So we'll be giving you actually stuff that you can take to start changing your life. That's the goal. That's what we want to do. We want to give you tangible information, not just hypotheticals, not just crap that doesn't really make a difference. Before we get into it, I want to hear some updates, man. Like, give us some updates on you, your fitness, your life. What's going on?
Let's do updates. Biggest update, just got a puppy.
Yeah.
And I'm not sleeping at all. And I'm spending way too much money on this thing. But I look at his face, and I'm like, yeah, all right, you get whatever you want. He's already spoiled. He's 8 weeks old.
Yeah.
And he's spoiled.
Did you get pet insurance yet?
Not yet.
You're going to keep delaying it.
Yeah.
And you're going to be screwed. 100% get pet insurance.
Whatever.
Anybody listening to this, get pet insurance.
Yeah.
I'm a huge dog person. I've had 3 dogs. Actually, at our Newtown Square location, the original Legion, there's a painting on the wall, very artistic. It was actually done by one of our former members. We did strength and conditioning.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Emily, she was a swimmer for EA, and that was her senior project, but she painted the dog.
That's so cool.
It was Ruby, and it was really cool. Ruby was my old pit. She ended up passing away a little over a year ago because of cancer. And she had also previously, prior to that, had torn ACL. So and I kept hearing, like, get pet insurance, and I never did. And I ended up spending quite a ton of money because once I tried applying for pet insurance, they're like, nah, dude, like, she's not happening.
Like pre-existing conditions and all?
Yeah, because I think once she had the torn ACL, so that didn't work. And then, there was a ton of money in removing tumors and all sorts of treatments and stuff for that, which has then paid off because I got it for the 2 other dogs I have now. So at one point I had 3, as you know, but you guys don't. I have a Doberman who's freaking gigantic.
He's huge.
Crazy. He keeps now he's a little he's very emotional.
Yeah.
So he's tearing up like any sort of paper or anything around him right now. But that's whatever.
I heard Dobermans are the worst separation anxiety animal to have.
But they're like one of the best dogs in the world. Like they're literally Velcro. They're right on you, and he's awesome. He's 110 pounds of love. He's jacked. And then I also have a Rottweiler boxer mix. So I know you're doing the
DNA test.
Wisdom panel? Yeah. So I did that as well. That's where I found out he was like half Rottweiler, 25% boxer, 12.5 Akita, and then 12.5 American Foxhound. But when I first got him and Odin finally got bigger, Odin played so rough, because they play rough, because he's also 110 pounds.
Right, huge.
That Odin tore his ACL. So, Odin fighting with Bentley or playing with Bentley tore Bentley's ACL, the Rottweiler. And then it also tore Ruby's. Ruby came out of pocket, but because of insurance, they reimbursed, I think it was like 90-95% of the insurance, which then helped because he then tore his other ACL, because that always happens. They say it's like 9 times or whatever. Insurance covered that. And then since Odin has some separation anxiety, he did something. I don't know what happened. He wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink. And this dude, like, he would drink an entire. You have to have one of the big jugs that just keeps refilling. He'll drink the entire thing, like in a sitting. I had to tell him to walk away from the water. Jeez. He wouldn't drink. He wouldn't eat. Wouldn't go to the bathroom. Finally, I had to take him to the vet, and he had eaten like they didn't even know what it was. But it completely entangled his stomach, so he had to have a massive surgery.
Yeah. You were telling me
it
about
was
this.
Something like $10,000 to $15,000. Luckily, insurance covered that.
Wow.
As well. So. Get pet insurance.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you got the dog. What else?
Got the dog. Let's see. Well, I've been training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu recently, which is cool because I wanted to switch up my fitness.
Yeah.
And that's another thing to kind of keep in mind if you're listening or watching is don't be afraid to try other things. Like if you're so ingrained, because I've been working out since I was 10, very like typical quote unquote meathead bodybuilder, like only went for lifting weights and doing all of that. And I've been on and off with jiu-jitsu in the past, but I forgot how much of a workout it is to do something like that because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Right? Your body's so not trained for it that like you get one of the best workouts you'll ever have only because you don't do it. Right? Yeah. Like it's one of those things where it's like
it's a new stimulus.
Yes, new stimulus, and you would have never known what it can do for you until you do it.
It's freaking hard.
Yes, it's very hard. This is extremely hard.
So are you a white belt? Like,
totally.
You've done it in the past, though, haven't you?
I have, yeah. But I never progressed past white belt in the past because I was so on and off. I wasn't consistent. This is my first time of honestly being like super consistent with it every week, actually going to get the discipline and all. And it's cool because I'm no longer getting my ass kicked as bad, right? So it's like still getting beat very bad, but not as bad. So it is cool in a different way to see progress, and it's a level of. Because in the gym, you can see progress by like weight loss or physical strength or anything like that. But when you get into skill development and stuff, and that's one of the things that I kind of forgot about that I had when I used to powerlift was it's all skill development. It's not, you're getting stronger and stuff, but you're also getting more skilled at what you're doing. Yeah. And that's where the real payoff is. That's where you really start to notice it and feel it. So that's another update. And then company update. I'll do company update.
Yeah, let's do it.
So anybody who knows me or is listening, or if you don't know me, I'm the head of sales for Legion Transformation Center. I'm actually moving that role. I am transitioning into the director of marketing. So you're about to see some really fun stuff coming down your pipe because I have been nonstop looking up things to differentiate us and show some really cool sides of what we do and really pull back the curtain on Legion to give everybody an experience where you can access us at any time. So you're going to find us on YouTube. You're going to find us you're going to find us everywhere. So get ready and enjoy the ride as it comes. So that is big updates on my end. You're up.
So with that, I'll actually go. I am company-wide.
Big update.
I'm actually going to be relieving the marketing seat, so to speak. For those that don't know, so when Legion was started in 2012, it was just me doing sports performance training. And then in 2014, they opened the second location, still doing sports performance training. That primarily, and I should say, even though that's what we started with, we still had a ton of people that were just they're coming in for general fitness, and that's where I realized like I actually kind of do like this a lot more than training athletes since I didn't do sports whatsoever. But I learned early on that I needed to learn how to market because just like if you're like, hey, I want to go work out, and you go to the gym. Doesn't mean you're going to get results. Like, showing up is a huge part of it. Opening up the gym originally was a huge part of getting some walk-in traffic. Like, you just going and walking on a treadmill is going to get you some results. Cool. Like, because it's more than what you were doing before. Yeah. But I learned early on that we had to, like, learn how to market. I had to learn how to market in order to actually let people know who we are, what we do, and why they should come. And I've really stayed in that seat for, I mean, what is it, 2020 now? So since I guess
started the company,
8 years now. 7.5 in us a little bit, but and that's really our ability to market and then deliver an amazing service as a result. Like we were able to market to get people in, and then we were able to then fulfill on it, get people amazing results, and create an awesome environment they wanted to stay. Yeah. Was how we went from having 2 locations to 3 locations, and then 8, and then this last year in 2019. we opened 12 locations. Since we started awarding franchises for Legion at the end of last year, and we have a couple more that are currently getting open and in development as well. So, but even throughout that, I've always been in the marketing scene. I love marketing, but Chaz and I actually have been talking about marketing for a significant amount of time. Yep. It's always been something that we've always discussed. And
probably since I was still coaching.
Still coaching, because I remember you wrote that copy one time, and I was like, dude, that's pretty good. Yeah. Let's do a little bit of this. Yeah. And that's been one of the biggest struggles we've looked at is just within this organization, we always want to create opportunities for growth for people and help train them and create that. And whether it's a logical step for somebody or not, or, if finding a role that really fits that person. We run this business off of EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System, which is can be found in the book Traction, which is I was introduced. It was amazing. And sorry, I wish we implemented it correctly earlier. That also means if you have somebody that really fits your core values, that you want to then make sure that you provide them those opportunities to grow that also fits with what they want to do. Yeah. You did a great job in your former role, which is still kind of your role right now as you transition out of it. Yeah. And this is the great next step for then, I guess, me to then move into that position where it can allow us to really continue to grow. Yeah. Really kind of get into the, really further business development of Legion, really allow kind of creating of the new stuff and the innovation that we've been able to do. And allow you, because then I've been wearing multiple hats, actually take over and do a lot of the marketing that we aren't doing. Yeah. We market more than most businesses, and there's still a ton that we don't do or that we don't do well. And we really want to, this year, showcase our members in particular. Try, really, like you said, go back to curtain, show people what Legion's about. So me stepping away from that is a very, very big thing. Yes. We've also made a lot of changes just about in the structure of how we operate. Mm-hmm. And we even brought in somebody recently to kind of be head of operations, so to speak, an integrator, if you know that term, to kind of really help facilitate a lot of really what I lacked or the rest of the team lacked or something like that to really help us take it to the next level and really refine, really optimize every location and refine it and everything like that, which is awesome.
And the ultimate goal of the moves and the integrations and the upgrade, whatever you want to call them, everything, like all of it is meant to improve the experience of people that come into a location.
Yes.
Like none of it was done from oh cool, like we can move ourselves around and get this. Yeah. Like it literally every position has been, how do we make somebody's experience better when they come in, and are we messing with that, right? Correct. And that was the thing where it was like, well, what needs to happen for that? And I don't know how. I don't know how it trickles down the line in other companies and businesses and everything, but from what we've done, just noticing that like every decision is made with the person in mind that's walking through the door to actually get an experience. Yeah. So for everyone watching, feedback is going to be huge for us this year on what you want to see or what we can improve upon so that we can give that to you, and that we can also start targeting our methods to actually give that to you.
Correct.
So please interact with us. Let us know what you're thinking, all that.
And to go on that, like one of our actual core values is +1, which we kind of stole from Disney. But if there's somebody to steal from, that's what you want to do. But it is something that's really, that we focus on. We've identified that maybe it's not one of our best ways, but we're actively working on improving it. And +1 is really, it's providing a +1 experience for anybody who walks into Legion or interact us with any way. And that means going the extra mile, doing the extra step. It's not just when somebody comes here, they get results, they have a good time. Great. That's what should happen. That's exactly what we told you we were going to do. And same thing with this. Like, we want you to get value out of this, but we want you to get more value out of listening to this than you anticipated. We want you to actually be able to listen to this and get results and be like, wow, I didn't think I was actually going to be able to apply these things, to provide that so that you leave with a smile on your face and you can't stop talking about us and talking about Legion. And that's our goal around the round. So everything that we do is to improve that. So I'm really, really excited for everything that's happening because it's gonna transform the business even more. So for myself, I've actually 2019 was probably the toughest year for me in training. I've been working out since I was 16, and there was a period like you're doing jiu-jitsu. I'm really I get hurt easily nowadays. And I did powerlifting just like you, and I got back to the roots 2 years ago of I want to train just to look better. and be healthier, obviously, too, because as now older, I'm like, well, this is actually going to be a significant impact. That said, in 2019, I didn't have, as much internal motivation as I had the years prior, especially when I started. When I started working out, I wanted to change so bad. I never missed a workout. I never missed a meal. I prepped and brought all my meals with me. I remember bringing chicken breasts when I first started working out. By the way, when I first started working out, I didn't tell anybody I was working out. I was so skinny and embarrassed with myself and had no confidence that I didn't tell anybody that I would sneak chicken breasts in plastic baggies to school and eat it so nobody would know. And I didn't tell anybody I worked out for probably about a year. But that's also how long it took somebody to recognize that I actually, Lord, you're working out? I'm like, finally.
Right.
And I just kind of I just struggled with it this year. Struggled with nutrition, struggled with wanting to work out. I've been fired up again, though, with it, recently, which is great. So I was like, stop giving yourself excuses and shit and just get your ass together.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how we've always, early on within Legion, was like, listen, we know it's tough. We totally get that it's tough, but at the end of the day, it's a decision you're going to make.
Yeah.
You're here's the tools, and we're going to give it to you. We're going to guide you. We're going to hold you accountable. I had to hold myself accountable. I had to hold myself accountable to just go to the gym when you don't want to go. Get a workout in. So last week was probably, of the first 7 days, actually starting from, I guess for the last 11 days, I've taken one rest day, which is good for me. So I've trained 9 of those 11 days, and I've went on 3 hikes.
Nice.
So my goal is also to get more into nature, especially with the dogs as well. There was one hike, I died.
Was this the Mount Tammany one?
Yeah, Mount Tammany. I went I was like, oh, this is a hard shot. I was like, fantastic. Give me some difficulty. And I swear I went the wrong way because everybody was coming down I'm going up on this hill, and then went down the super steep hill. It was all jagged rocks.
Yeah.
I did legs the morning of, and my quads were spasming. At the end, though, it was probably how you feel I did jiu-jitsu. I felt like I accomplished something, so it was really cool. My dogs were exhausted, so that was awesome. So really that, and then the other big thing is I shaved.
What did you shave, Bob?
I got rid of my beard. So unintentionally, I guess I should. So, how personal should I go?
Yeah, right.
I actually have been shaving almost my entire body for years.
You got to get into Olympic swimming now.
I know.
So aerodynamic.
I started shaving my armpits. How many people is this gonna be like? What the hell?
What are we listening to?
In high school, prior to working out, because I had some crazy hair.
Wow.
And then, as obviously the more I worked out, the more I was like, I get rid of hair.
Learning so much.
So yeah, but recently I haven't really been shaving my entire body, but I shaved my face. Because I went and got a haircut.
You got a massive beard too.
Yeah, I had it was so much work that I put into it, and I got a haircut, and I went to somebody that I don't normally go to, and they jacked it up.
Yeah. And
I just looked, and I was like, it's time. I also decided as well, this was more I was going to grow it back, and then I was like, no, I associated my beard with having a bad training year. And I was like, I have to leave the beard behind in order to move forward. So that was another reason why
the beard of destiny.
So I was like, if I'm gonna change my habits and change my ways, I gotta get rid of the beard.
There you go.
And so I got rid of it.
Nice.
That's really, as far as that, I think the biggest updates that we have.
That's awesome.
And we have, let's get into, I guess, that's us as personal.
Yeah. We'd
love to know yours, so please share with us your updates, successes that you've had, maybe even struggles you're having. So let's get into that. Let's get into, it's January 10th that we're doing this. 10 days into the new year. I read something, and I actually probably should know this, not being that I'm in fitness, but the top 60 or 70% of people, their New Year resolutions are about fitness.
Yeah.
Or something related. I don't know if you know this
or not. Yeah. I know it's above 60.
And then it was weight loss, tone up, and get healthier and stuff like that. So I don't know. Do you know the stat of how quickly people drop off?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So we're getting to that point. Mm-hmm. So 4 more days, people have dropped off.
Yep.
So let's get people that are getting to that point that are either they've started working out and now they're getting why am I doing this? I'm about to drop off in 4 days, or who have been I'm going to do this this year. You might have missed us for a little bit.
I don't know why that happened.
Yeah. I'm going to do this year, and they haven't gotten started yet.
Yeah.
Let's give them maybe just a couple pointers to kind of get them going. Some of the things that have worked really well with you, and that you've also noticed with everybody that you've worked with, or even within Legion.
Sure. So I actually have something perfect for this because this literally 2 days ago just happened. So I know you can appreciate this because you get coaching yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody listening, I highly recommend getting a coach for anything. All right. So I've recently been getting coached myself, more so personal development coaching, and also kind of getting think of it this way, right? You can't see your own blind spots, right?
So
like, what?
You're going to say body.
I was going to say body, yeah.
You can't see your own body.
You can't see your own body, right? No, but you can't see your own blind spots. And you can't see the things that either A, you don't want to see, right? The things you don't want to look at or you want to consciously avoid because A, it's painful, but B, like, it'll take effort and time, and so it's just more convenient to ignore it. But then also on top of it, like, having that extra set of insight or eyes onto it can really open your mind up to some possibilities, which can really help you. So the thing I'm about to talk about, what I just got coached on recently, I've been having a really hard time working out. And I mean, I told you, like, I took a whole month off because I haven't taken time off of actually like going to the gym and working out in a long time.
I remember there was a point you were like, I've worked out every day for 30 days.
Yeah, I did. Just to see what the change would be and all that type of stuff. Well, something that came to light that was very interesting to me, I mean, fascinating on my end, and I really resonated with it was, and you all will too, because this is the point of New Year's resolutions. A New Year's resolution is for you. It's a very personal thing, and it's also very much dependent on what you do. And as a result of that, you have to be kind of selfish. And we've talked about this in other podcasts. But you have to focus on you for that resolution. And typically by the 2-week part, you start dealing with other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Or other things start to come up. The reason you're so motivated when you first make that resolution is because you're focusing 100% on you. So in my coaching session, which came to light with me was, I've been having such a hard time with working out because exercise, working out, all of that stuff has been so deeply ingrained and tied into my identity that it was always for other people, right? So working out for me was to be good in sports or to do something like that, which, yes, it was for me, but it was to perform, right? I was actually doing something out there. Then in college, it was for powerlifting, or rugby. So it was always performance-based. It was always something out there. And then when I was coaching or being a personal trainer, it was all about the look because I had to look the part.
Yeah.
It was never actually about me wanting to go to the gym. It was filling a need. It was something I had to do. Yeah. So now where I'm at in the marketing role, as you guys all heard, I could be behind a computer. You would have no idea what I look like, right? So, like, I don't actually have to look a certain way to be good at the position that I'm in. And it's almost like there was this, like, light switch in my head that was like, you don't have to work out anymore. Because
that's dangerous.
I know, right? It was so weird, right? But the cool thing is that, and this is like why I say go to coaching, because I would have never saw this, is now that I can see that and I can understand that, I can actually, and it's exciting to actually do it, because I did it the other day, I can actually sit down and plan what I want for me. That's and cool. Not other people or something else that I want to do outside of that. It's more so like, well, what's something you've always wanted to accomplish just because you wanted to accomplish it? So like, it's very refreshing, but it's also an understanding that now the focus has to go inward, not outward. And I think a lot of people, when they make, and it's fine if this is what motivates you, but a lot of people make outward motivating things where it's like, well, I want to look better. And a lot of times they want to feel better. It's not really about looking better, it's about feeling better, but the looking better impacts other people. Yeah. Because if you're not looking at a mirror, you have no idea what you look like unless you look down or you look at yourself, right? So like it's all the image that you're taking in. All right. So most people are thinking, well, it's for other people, it's for outside. What are you really doing for you? And that's where the focus should be going into this is, and that's something we pride ourselves with Legion, is when you come in, it's about you. Like it's your success is your success. You're not every time you compare yourself to somebody else in here, you take away from your own success.
Yes. And that's one of the biggest things that we've always set up about is like, there's other people in our facilities. We're actually filming this at the Newark location right now, which it gets busy.
Yeah, very.
But you're not competing with the other people that are here. The only thing that matters is you getting better day in and day out. And that better is maybe sometimes just showing up. Yeah. Because you weren't before. It's putting a little bit more effort into the workout, getting a little bit better with your nutrition. It's not about, hey, I got to keep up with that other person. Unless that is something that is for you. We have people that do that, right? Or that is important for them. But that's interesting because you have to do it for you. Yeah. And that is actually something that I did, again, this year. I was like, I have definitely, I lost the motivation for training. But I obviously want to look better because I want to look better.
Right,
When
yeah.
I look in the mirror and I like the way that I look, I perform better everywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not, I've done powerlifting just like you. The only time that I ever trained was for rugby, when I played rugby, but I actually still trained to be strong and did like the power building back then, strong and built.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I want to, and I'm probably one of the few people that wore like AC protectors
Right.
in rugby because I was like, I don't want to get hurt, so I can't lift.
Yeah. Huh.
So lifting was extremely important for me and getting that focus. I also recently have reached out to a coach.
Yeah.
So actually, Sean over at Newtown Square.
Oh yeah.
I reached out to him and I was like, yo, I want to get freaking jacked. You know, and I want to build muscle. But I wanted somebody else to write the program. So immediately he's like, all right, what are your limitations? What are you looking to do? How can you train? Before even, you know, help him, you know, create this. And, you know, throughout this, like, that's one of the things that I've decided this year is I'm going to be working with a coach. At least every single month, every 6 weeks or something of that nature, because they can see what I can.
Yes.
I'm going to end up going into the facility, keeping myself accountable, not having a coach keep me accountable at all, and having somebody, especially somebody at Legion, keep me accountable is extremely important for me because I'm not going to be able to see I can see my weaknesses, but it doesn't mean I'm going to train my weaknesses all the time. You know, I know that my rotator cuff might be jacked up or my hip rotators might be jacked up. But let's say I still want to get my quads bigger. I might put that emphasis there and not do what I need to do. And that's really important to have a coach, but then also giving you what you should be doing. Yeah. And that's, I think, a problem for a lot of people when they get started is when they don't have that actual support. Like, they just get a generic gym membership. And I'm going to tell you right now, I freaking hate most gyms. Especially in the beginning of the year. Most commercial gyms, they want you to join so that you never come back. Right. Like, they are going to have you come in, get a gym membership, put pizza on the counter and create pizza days so that you don't come in because they can't fulfill for all this memberships that they're selling. Right. They don't want you to get results. And they also want to be super cheap that you don't come back. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, that you don't cancel. Right. My apologies. Why do you think there's gyms that are $10 a month? Yeah. We are not, by the way, Legion is not a $10 a month gym. That's also why you come. Right. You actually are going to value it. You're going to come in. You're going to be led by a coach every time that you're there so that you are held accountable, so that you do get amazing results. And then also we have the community aspect where people will come in, they're like, oh, cool, I want to be here. Yeah. You know, it's not just sometimes when I want to go, like, I want to see this other person there. But that's one of the things that I don't like the New Year rush. I love people getting started. Everybody getting started, and there's a lot of people in the fitness industry that trash New Year's resolutions, like, oh, it's going to be busy. I think it's amazing. Like, it got me restarted again. Right, yeah. Like, I was struggling. But it's, that one part of going to commercial gyms is they don't care for your success. No. They don't care for your results. So that's one thing is, if you just got started, amazing. Keep it up. Mm-hmm. It's tough and it sucks, like, in the beginning. And it still continues. You know, you then start enjoying the process. Yes. Like, you're enjoying jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Which, like, so you're actually going. Right. I think you're going to start training again, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm going tonight.
Yeah. So there you go. So, like, and then it brings you back to, like, what you want, like, the other stuff that's extremely important. I'll never stop strength training.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing to remember is, like, do not let, and I am so guilty of this often, do not let your ego get in the way of you making progress. Yeah. There are so many people out there who won't go to a gym or won't get a trainer or, join like we have, like group fitness or something like that, where you have to admit that you need help. Man, admitting help is one of the best things that you can do because you get out of your own way. Yeah. Like, you have somebody else that can help you so you don't have the burden of having to solve the problem. Yes. Like, it's such a relief and it sucks getting to that point, but it's such a relief when you finally just say, okay, I need somebody else to help me. Yes. It's like you can breathe again. Yeah. So seriously, like, do not let that stop you from making progress this year. And if it's stopped you in the past, don't be that person again. Yeah. Don't make the same mistakes. Like, put the ego to the side and see what you can actually do. Yeah.
I mean, both of us have used a coach for just about everything that we've done. Yep. Like, I've had a coach at every single level. I have a business coach right now. I then have a group entrepreneur organization that I'm in as well. This is fellow gym owners that are entrepreneurs that are going to help keep me accountable and put me in the right direction. But always having, and then now I have the coach for fitness.
Right.
So always having somebody keep you accountable is extremely important. And it's also easiest. Like, this is what we do for a living. Like, we have this podcast. Yeah. You know, we have these gyms here for you to come in. This is what we do. We are trainers. We struggle. This is part of our livelihood. So if this is just to make sure that you can be a better partner, so that you can actually, like, have the energy, not feel like crap, get off the couch, you know, get out there, and if you're a parent, like, play with your kids or spend time with your family, your significant others, and be a better partner. First step is taking care of yourself, and also getting somebody that's going to give that shortcut to you is huge.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is, if you're currently in a position now where you wake up, you hate the day that you're about to have.
Yeah.
You get done the day you're about to have. You go home, you're exhausted, you're tired, you don't want to do anything. And then you just go to sleep waiting to do that over and over and over again. Like, if there's a 1% chance that making some sort of change would change that, it's worth it.
Totally.
No matter what it is that you're thinking of doing, and you think, it might not be worth it, it's worth it.
Yes.
Like, 1,000% it's worth it. Give yourself opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like...
That would suck.
That would be terrible.
Yeah,
exactly. And like, I mean, I know for me personally, on days where I'm like that, man, I would trade anything to get out of that mode.
Yeah. Because
I know how insidious that can be into feeding into like, well, I'll just put this off till tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not feeling good or whatever it might be. And like, I know that's a struggle for a lot of people is they get home from work and they don't want to go to the gym because they're exhausted.
Yeah.
But then there's that thing where I'll tell you right now, there are 2 times when I'm motivated to go and work out. And this has been for years. This isn't just recent. 2 times when I'm motivated to go and work out. One is when I like watch, let's say, like some movie or some motivational thing where it's like it fires me up and something like that. And then it's like 11 at night or something. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to go work out now, obviously.
Hope this remains for the morning.
Right, yeah. Or the other time that I'm motivated to work out is a random time in the day when I can't go work out, right? Because I'm working or something.
Yeah.
So most of the days when I go to work out, it's when I'm not motivated to go. That's the discipline part. Like, and you're all going to face that at some point.
So, and that's the biggest, like, you're not going to want to go.
Yeah.
Nobody's always going to want to go, and even the people that you think want to go, you don't know their story, you don't know their struggle, they don't probably want to be there either. That's an assumption I'm making. Yep. But, you know, a lot of people aren't motivated. There's a ton of other stuff going on. So if you are new, keep on going.
Yes.
It'll get better. It does get better. You know, it's so hard starting something new.
Oh, yeah.
It's scary. It's difficult. Everybody feels that way. So many people feel that. It's normal. Yeah. So, you know, get through that initial hump. It's tough. So whether you're at a commercial gym or not, great.
Yeah.
Don't wait for the motivation to happen. Build that into yourself. That's what's going to allow you then have that success long term. That's why we always ask people, why do you actually want to do this? And dig deep. Share it with somebody. It usually really helps. Which is also why I recommend having a coach.
Yes.
Have a coach or somebody holding you accountable. Obviously, we're biased, but that's why we love Legion. And what we do is because you have not just your coaches, but the fellow Legionnaires that are there to help hold you accountable.
We literally call you if you don't show up to the gym within 2 days. I mean, we are on you to make sure you show up. Because if you're not successful, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not successful. Like, that's how the business is built. So
you also are going to enjoy coming.
Yeah,
like, that's also
1,000%.
different.
Yeah.
That is a big thing. Is find somewhere you actually want to go because you don't like working out. So if you're already dreading showing up to the place, find somewhere that's you're going to be like, wow, I actually look forward to going. I look forward to seeing those people. Enjoy the music. I enjoy the workouts. So that's huge.
Yeah.
I would like to I want to keep this a little on the shorter side, even though I don't think that's even happened yet. We're better than normal.
Just over 30 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. I would like to give a nutrition tip.
Cool.
Like, so let's give them a nutrition tip that they can take.
Yep.
That again they can start applying. That's going to help them out in this new year.
Okay.
What do you got? I'm gonna let you kick it off.
All right. If you don't diet at all, or you're new to dieting, or anything like that, this will be my tip for you. You don't have to change anything you're doing right now, but you have to replace one meal with a salad.
Ooh.
That's it. That's the only change you have to make right now. Replace one of your meals with a salad.
So you're not on a carnivore diet fan?
I mean, you know I love meat eating.
Yeah.
You know I'm all about that. But I have not.
Have you heard of it's literally all you eat is meat. You don't eat anything else but meat.
How do you shit?
Apparently it's brutal at first. It's like really. I was listening to some of Joe Rogan earlier, but there's like Mark Bell and all those guys, like they're proponents of it. There's actually apparently a study going on at Harvard I was listening to.
All you eat is meat.
All you eat is like meat and meat products or byproducts as well. So like butter and stuff like that.
Do you take a vitamin or anything?
I'm not an expert on it, so I have no idea. Sorry.
Eat a salad.
Eat
That's what I'm saying.
Eat a salad. You don't have to be one or the other. Totally eat a salad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that, and I will say, I'm gonna cheat and give 2 because you keep seeing me drink out of this, drinking water. Not enough people are drinking water, and that's something that works a ton for me. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna have more energy. Your body's gonna be able to process everything better. So drink more water. Yeah. Also, start your meals with protein.
Yeah.
So always start your meal with protein. That's something that even before I had at least a decent amount of nutrition knowledge, and I'm not the most nutritionally intelligent, like Dallas over in Westchester is a nutrition nerd.
Yeah, dude knows a lot.
Yeah. So but, at least if I start my meals with protein, that's something that I've always done. I know that at least I'm winning in that regard. And most people are deficient in protein. They're going to be replacing it by having more protein. You're going to help yourself actually fill up. So you're not going to want, if you start with it first, you're not going to go to the junk foods or go to the processed foods instead, especially if you also are having a salad.
Yeah.
Instead of having one salad, have multiple salads or have salad at every meal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get that, so you get your calories with protein, which will then help you build more muscle, which will help you get that toned body, which is, when we use the word tone, all that is just lean.
Yeah.
That's just like, you want to get toned, it's decreasing body fat, increasing lean muscle, allowing the lean muscle you have to show. So having protein, having that, so you're replacing it with just a better food or something that usually we're deficient. I wouldn't say better food, that's not true.
Yeah.
That's a bad way to say.
I get it. Yeah.
But increasing and replacing and having a higher quality nutrition-based food for you. So I would say increase nutrition, or increase protein. So if you're going to be doing 2 things, replace one meal with a salad, start all your meals with protein that aren't that salad meal, and then increase water. Just a blanket statement would be a gallon a day.
Yeah.
Aim for a gallon a day. If you're hitting a gallon a day, you're golden.
Yeah.
So, what else? We got anything else?
Well, overarching statement for you to take away with this one. You're going to take one thing to start kicking off your new year and everything. Do not go all or nothing. And I think this is one that, this is mainly the reason New Year's resolutions fail.
Yeah.
Right? Is it does not and it will never be all or nothing with fitness, health, really with anything. But, there's one thing of being all in. Okay? Yeah. You can be all in, which is great, which means you're committing to your health and you're going to make a change. That's good. Do that.
Yeah.
Being all or nothing means if you have a bad day, then you have a bad week. And then you start over the next week because your week was supposed to be perfect and you messed up one day, so now the whole week is screwed up. Don't get into the habit of getting that mindset, because all that's going to do is it's going to set you up to feel failure if you mess up one day. And guess what? If you're human, you're messing up one day. Guarantee it.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah.
So don't stick to the all or nothing mindset. Be all in about this, but don't be all or nothing.
So what's something that somebody could do to help prevent that mindset?
You have to set realistic expectations for yourself to have some level of variance of quote-unquote failure. Okay, so I like to stick to the 90-10 rule. So 90% on point, 10% whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like 90% of your day is filled with great decisions about your body, your health, everything like that. And then 10% of it, which might be a snack, which might be a thing here, which might be, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
I know for me, it's like if I want to add, I love carbs. So if I want to add some extra carbs into something, I will take that 10% and I'll have it after a workout so that I know that it's, A, going to probably get used a little bit better than if I just had it if I just woke up or something like that. But B, I'm allowing myself and I'm making it okay. I'm making it permittable for me to have something instead of feeling guilty that I shouldn't be eating.
Yeah.
Right?
That's good.
That's where I'm at.
One thing, I guess I want to add something to that. I think that's fantastic. And the 100%, don't go all or nothing, because then you're just going to, you're going to focus on that failure.
Yeah. So
set yourself up for success. Mm-hmm. One of the best things you can do is really kind of start creating what that next day is going to be the night before.
Yeah.
So, and then just literally check things off. I think we've talked about this before,
but
just check things off. So if you want to be successful in this and you only concentrate on, I screwed this up, I screwed that up, then you're going to be going down that mindset of, why am I doing this? I'll start again next week.
Right.
But instead, if you literally say, hey, in order to start my day, and you're going to be, if you start with some victories, you're going to be more likely to have victories throughout it. So that victory is, hey, I'm actually going to make my bed.
Yeah.
And you check that off. For me, it's starting my day reading. So I start every day by reading. Took me a while, but also not to hit snooze as well. So I start my day even prior. I'm better off that entire day with nutrition and fitness when I don't hit snooze. The days that I hit snooze are the days I screw up. So just by not hitting snooze, I'm setting myself up for more success that day. Sometimes I make the bed, sometimes I don't. But getting that done and then reading, and then I know from there, then I'm going to have a good day. I've already created some victories for myself, and I feel good about myself, and I feel good about that day. And that allows me to stay consistent, but I have that routine and kind of ritual planned out, and also what the next day is going to be planned out. Yeah. So I think early on, in particular when you're doing this, is don't just let it happen. Don't just create the step change. You have to change what you're doing.
Right.
Change is hard, but you do have to understand that you are changing things. So make sure that you know when you're going to work out. If you know the nutrition, know what you're going to be eating and when you're going to be eating, so that you have something to stick with. But follow the 90-10 rule. If you're sticking to it 90% of the time, you're going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You just started 2020. You're going to be having this whole year to hit your goals. Even if you lose 1 pound a week and your goal is weight loss, that's 52 pounds in a year. That's for some people, also when they're at it, they're like, oh, I only lost a pound this week.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
You lost a pound.
You lost a pound. Fan-freaking-tastic.
A pound less than you were, right?
Correct, yeah. It's and then we're like, oh, I'm doing all this work and I only lost a pound. But then it's having that bigger picture. So it's understanding, that's great. If you only lost a pound a month, and that your goal is that you just lost 12 pounds.
Right.
That is amazing. And you should be proud of that and set yourself up for success following 90-10. The only other thing I would give is try and create that next day's routine so that you can then set yourself up for success from the beginning.
It's awesome.
So I think that's about it. I think
that's enough to get you moving.
Yes. So congratulations for those that are just getting started on 2020. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to this, but more importantly, you would share this. And share this especially to people that you think this would benefit. That's all that we ask. That's why we do this. We also would love to hear your feedback.
Yeah,
absolutely. Did you get something that actually is helping you in this episode? Or what is something that maybe you're struggling with that we can address directly for you?
Yeah. And also to add to that, because it is the start of the year and maybe you are looking for some help or something like that, if you are interested in learning more about what we do or how we can help you, also let us know that and we'll call you.
Yeah.
We'll actually have a conversation with you and talk to you. We're not going to sell you on the phone or anything like that. Literally explain what we do and see if it's something that you like or would want to be a part of, which I can biasly say, yes, it's going to be something you want to be a part of because it's fun. Yes. It's a great time. But ultimately, on top of that, you should be educated. You should know what you're going into. And please, for the love of God, do not waste money on a gym that's not going to help you.
So don't even bother going to commercial gym. They're useless.
Yeah.
I'm literally just going to say that.
Yep,
they're useless, worthless, and they're stealing from you.
Perfect.
And on that note, let's end it. Sweet. Catch you later, everybody.
Guys. See you next one.